Welcome everybody to the H-Town Pulse. You're with your guy A-Rod. I'm joined with a truly special guest today, Mr. Brad from the Will and Brad Show, or Brad and Will Show. Sorry. Yeah, it's an honor to have you on the show today, man.
I appreciate you getting me on. I'm always down to talk Rockets hoops, so it was no big deal.
Yeah, first guest too, so that's even
Nice.
more awesome. I mean, you've definitely helped me with. I've reached out to you about Houston content sports, and you've been truly helpful in this whole situation. So I've just been happy to get the ball rolling.
I got you, bro. I got you. Let's do it.
Appreciate it. But I mean, let's get straight to business. You know what time it is? Houston Rockets postseason basketball. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Just what are your thoughts?
My thoughts off the gate. I know they're playing Golden State. I know everyone's scared. It's our fifth time seeing them in the last 7 postseason appearances. It's like, damn, this team was killing us in the Harden era. We finally, tear it down, rebuild, and the first opponent we have again is the same team, the team that was whooping up on us before. So I'm actually excited. I understand being scared. It's like we can't get over the hump against these guys. We lost like 12 straight to them. But they got them twice this year, and I think this new team, as Fred VanVleet said, this Warriors team is not the same as the one that was whooping up on James Harden and them. It's a different team, and they're not the same caliber, and we can beat these guys. And I want them to go out there and show they're the 2 seed. I know in the postseason experience wins, so I understand everyone having Houston as underdogs to a Steph Curry-led team. But this Rockets team, in my personal opinion, is the better roster. If they lose, it'll be because of experience. But I'm excited for them to go prove everybody wrong.
Yeah, I still don't understand us being the 2 seed and still getting the disrespect that we're getting. It's like if we're talking Warriors with experience, this is like them back in I don't know, early 2010s when they had to go through the Grizzlies, when they had to go through the Spurs. Like this is and those teams were at the end of their era, and I feel like this new Rockets team, this youthful Rockets team is like up for that now.
Yeah, they are. And again, I think people have them as underdogs just off of pure experience. You look at a young team and they're like, oh, this team is food. And I haven't
Yeah.
put this stat out there yet, and I will soon. It depends on how the Grizzlies do. If the Grizzlies lose, the Rockets will be the youngest team in the postseason based on minutes played that the guys have in rotation. So again, people are like, oh, they don't know what they're doing. They're new out there. But again, Dylan Brooks talks about it. He said, hey, that could be to our benefit. These guys don't know how to game plan against us. They haven't seen us in a series. To me, I'm like, let's see. Again, experience is very important in the postseason. That's why I think these guys are gonna have a great future. They're already here this young, so by the time they get the ball rolling, they're gonna be perennial contenders. But as of
Exactly.
right now, it's like, okay, we got to prove these people wrong. Again, they think we're food, but we are the 2 seed for a reason. They did go out there and win 52 games for a reason. They're
Exactly.
solid. They're not
In
just
the West.
in the West, the
Yeah.
toughest conference. People didn't have the Rockets making the play in. And now that they're the second seed, is they're food in the playoffs. They can keep moving the goalposts, but the Rockets, I think they'll keep proving teams wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I follow you on all social media, so you're really my Rockets guy. You and
Appreciate
just
you.
um I did see the ESPN analysts throwing slugs already. What was
Yeah.
it? 5'2", 6'2"?
6'2". Yeah, 6'2".
That's if anything, you got to feel that fuels up Dylan Brooks, and he's
Yeah.
gonna be that locker room presence to where he's gonna light these guys a fire under them.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw Vanessa Richardson when she went on
Hmm.
the herd. She said these guys like being underdogs. They like flying under the radar, so they can just prove people wrong. Again, like no one thought they'd
Exactly.
be the 2 seed. So again, same situation right here. Everyone's gonna choose Golden State. Cool. Warriors are favored -210 in Vegas. Cool. We're gonna prove these people wrong. I like that kind of mindset. They just let the
Exactly.
work prove itself. So I mean, I think they can get it done.
And like I said, like you said, I feel like this kind of gets the pressure off the boys. Like, you know, Steph and them are expected to do this. If they don't do it, it hurts them. Like they lose game one, that's going to be all over the media. Like, oh, the Warriors are done. The Warriors are done. The Rockets are just chilling. They're excited to be in this position for the first time in what 2020.
Yeah, 2020 when they lost to the Lakers. I thought they were set after they beat them in game 1, and they lost 4 straight. I won't get into that. But this team right here, again, like I think they're amped up and they're excited. Warriors, the Rockets could be the one to end that dynasty. Like if they lose in the first round, they're
Yeah,
gonna have some conversations. Conversations will be had, and no better team to do that than the Houston Rockets, who were getting slugged by them for the back half of the 2010s. So I need the Rockets to pull this off.
I feel that. The crazy thing is too with this youth group that we got, all of them were in middle school and during those years. I saw
Yeah.
that stat somewhere and I was like, man, like it's still crazy. You mean you got to give your flowers to Curry that he's still doing it, but it's like it's time to pack it up. It's time to get going.
Yeah, it's tough. Guys like that, they just don't go away. Like Steph, LeBron, KD, like those guys are just they're just elite, elite, elite year after year. So I mean, it's tough. And even in the playing game, I want to say Steph had 38 or 37, or like he's just unconscious. So you're not gonna be able to shut him down in a series. That's just the matter of fact. I think Amin's gonna do a great job on him, but shit, he can be held the 2-1 game and pop off for 50 the next. The
I
thing is,
heard
I
you
just think
guys talking about in your episode that he's the decoy.
the depoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could be the depoy. In my personal opinion, he's the most impactful defender in the NBA this year. You can look at all the advanced metrics. You can even look at the eye test. He does everything. He guards 1 through 5. You know, he's pinning people. He's chasing down blocks. He's the best point of attack defender in the league. Can guard anybody.
Mm-hmm.
He's racking up steals, racking up blocks. I said on my podcast, I'll say it on yours as well. 1.4 steals a game, 1.3 blocks a game. Youngest player to do that since Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
And I mean, just the
Good
stats and the
company.
numbers, good company. The stats and numbers speak for itself. He's going to be a generational defender. He's already a generational athlete. They said it on ESPN. He's in the 1% of the top 1% of athletes. That's how gifted he is. So he's a perfect guy to throw at Steph in a series.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see that matchup. But I do think he is the deep boy. I don't know if he'll get it. I've seen some people giving him votes. Maybe the agenda push is working, but I think he should be the deep boy.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you saw. I don't know if you heard when De'Aaron Fox was giving him flowers too about that, saying he's the most athletic in his position.
Yeah, he was like, maybe the most. He is the most
Yeah,
athletic
he's like
person.
I
So
play him.
yeah, and that means a lot coming from a guy like Darren Fox, who people would tell you is the most athletic, most fastest player in the league. But yeah, I mean, he's very quickly showing people, yeah, this guy is a freak of nature. I always say the Spurs drafted an alien at 1, but we still got 1 at 4, so we all
Yeah,
good in Houston.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I just wanted to go over some stats. You said it. This is the 5th time in 11 years the Rockets take on the Warriors in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
We had a series. Warriors went 3-2. The title is youth versus experience. My main thing is with Golden State, they led the league in assists.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like in this series, how do you stop something like that?
That's a good question. I didn't realize they led the league in assists. But again, that's just their kind of brand of basketball. They're going to run off of a ton of screens. Ball movement is the story of the Golden State Warriors. It's kind of kept the
Yep.
ball rolling for them for so long. How do you beat that? You
Yeah.
fight through screens. You have to hedge very hard on those guys coming off the screen. You got to look for Steph. You got to look for Buddy Hield. A lot of those shooters, a lot of those backdoor cuts. The Rockets have the right formula. And in this series in particular, we're going to go double big. They have to make sure they're rotating well in this 2-3 zone. It's been really good defensively, but at times there's some lapses and they get bailed out by people missing threes. But they're going to run this double big with Steve-O and Şengün. And if it wants to be successful, the people in that lineup have to rotate to those shooters. Focus on Steph and Buddy. And I think
Yeah.
they can be successful. But yeah.
With Adams too is just such a big benefit for this team.
Mm-hmm.
I just happy to see that we got something like that for nothing, really.
Yeah. 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And Victor Oladipo is what you got Steven Adams for.
Victor
You guys are,
Oladipo.
yeah,
Man.
shout out to Oladipo.
Yeah.
Wow
Yeah.
factor.
So yeah, when I looked that up, I saw the Warriors led the league by a wide margin. 71% of their field goals are from an assist, and we
Wow.
ranked 54. So it's like, do we kill the Warriors ball movement and make someone have to play hero ball? If I'm Houston, make Buddy Hield play hero ball. Something like that. Just anything to really drain Steph from screens, flare screens, down screens, elevator screens. Like you got a man and Dylan Brooks that can really like just frustrate him or try to like maintain.
I 100% agree. You have to throw a whole tank at Stephen Curry and make the other guys around you beat them. Again, I said it. I like, the Warriors have some nice superstars. They got Steph, they got Jimmy. Dre is obviously solid, but
Yeah.
the surrounding cast, and Podge has been hooping. I'll give Podge that. But outside of that, I don't like that roster. And it's the reason you see Jimmy and Steph getting off, and they barely winning. They barely beat Memphis. They barely lost to
they were
the
killing
Clips.
Memphis.
But they were killing Memphis. But yeah, again, I don't think that team is the same as the old Warriors, as I mentioned. Like they still have, again, Steph is different. You have to contain him. And one thing Ime Udoka has been doing recently, he's been trying to take out star players. You saw it when they lost to the Lakers. The offense was just horrendous. They scored under 100, but LeBron and Luka didn't get off in those games. They're focused on, hey, I'm gonna let Gabe Vincent beat me, who hit 7 threes. God,
Which you can live with something like that.
Sadly, and Dorian Finney-Smith hit like 7 as well. So it's like, okay, if y'all want to hit, cool. We can't be scoring 98 and expect to win in 2025. That's on offense. But in this series, yes, you shut down Steph. Jimmy, I'm not worried about Jimmy in this series. He's gonna get off two playoff Jimmy, but I like the guys you can throw at Jimmy. You know, Amin on Steph. You got Tari, Bari, and Dylan. You can throw at Jimmy. I like what Houston can do, and again, you can throw those guys at Steph as well. But
Exactly.
you got to contain those guys in the Rockets, which should be fine.
I was gonna say too. You look at our depth compared to theirs. I mean, not even being biased, I would take the Rockets' depth over that. Just the youth and the core that we have. I mean, some days you have Eason coming off the bench. Some days you got Jabari coming off the bench. Some days you got Thompson coming off the bench. Like how does not how does that not show like a threat to other teams around the league that this team can just flat out ball?
Yeah, the Rockets are right there again. It just, I'll say a million times, it does come down to experience at the end of the day. Like you're coming off the
Yeah.
bench in this series. I don't know if Holiday will play, probably spot minutes, but it's likely off the bench we're getting Tari, Bari, and Stevo, which is a great 3-man lineup to come off the bench, 8-man playoff rotation. What I'm looking forward to seeing is what Ime Udoka does with his starting lineup. Currently, it's a solid lineup. You look at it, it's like, okay, we got, Fred,
Yeah.
Jalen, Dylan, Amin, and Shangun. It's solid, but they do have a negative net rating, and it's not like a slight negative, like a -2. They're getting outscored by like 6, 7 points per 100 possessions, which
Mhm.
is not ideal for playoffs, right? So me personally, I would switch that up. I would switch that up in the playoffs. All those things matter. They have better lineup combinations, so I
Yeah.
would, I would, I would look into that. Ime said he would, so I hope he does.
I would say too, I think coach is excited for this. I mean, you got to think the last time he was in Boston in the finals,
Yeah,
who did he have to scheme against? So it's not like he hasn't been in this position. Now it's round one. I feel like that's less pressure than a championship series.
yeah.
So I feel like he has something to prove too, and he wants to do that.
He does. He does. He got outcoached in that series, and
He
he definitely
did.
got outcoached a few times this season. So I'm looking to see how he adjusts. There's a few things I'm looking for. Jalen Green was getting blitzed on every pick
Yes.
and roll this year when they were playing the Warriors, and that's why they were down by 30 in that first game because they had no answer to that. Outside of that, towards any games, Fred. He's been a huge part of the culture change and everything, but he's getting hunted every time we play Golden State, and
Yep.
it's cool if that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen if it's going to be successful for Golden State. I just hope Ime is like, okay, we got to sub out Fred. I've only seen him do it once since Fred's been in Houston. Everyone has a short leash in Houston. So, oh, you're not playing
Yes.
today? Cool, you're on the bench with me. I've only seen that once with Fred. So if he's getting
At
hunted on
all.
these switches, take him out the game and give us a chance to win it. Because look, if they're gonna hunt him every time, you got to make the adjustment. So yeah,
Exactly. So I'm hoping he does it. Obviously, you see, I feel like he keeps him there just with the trust and the experience, like what we're elaborating on that the Rockets need.
mm-hmm.
Because I'll be real, he frustrated me all the time, but I've grown to be patient and like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. The team loves him. He keeps them together. You know.
Yeah, he's stubborn. He's stubborn, coach. Sometimes they have those comebacks too, and it's like, okay, I get Jonathan and these guys are hooping, but then can we get the starters back in there? And
Yeah.
he's very principle oriented. Like, okay, y'all don't want to hoop, y'all done for the day. I don't care. Like these guys are hooping, I'm gonna leave them in. So
Yeah.
he can be frustrating at times, stubborn. He's gonna stick to a game plan. Specifically, if you want to talk about Boston, they kept going under on Stephen Curry screens and let him
Which
pull from deep.
just sounds so
Just
wild.
it is wild. It is wild. You're right. They can't let that happen. Do not go under any Stephen Curry screens. And if you do, have someone else blitzing or hedging again. Like get the ball out of his hands quickly. So
Exactly.
adjustments is a huge key. My three keys are adjustments from Ime,
Mhm.
probably Jalen and Shingu. Like those three right there are the most key factors.
Agree. I will say on a positive note, what I saw that, I mean, we've had the advantage of all season. We averaged 4.5 or 5.5 more shots from the field or free throw lines than other teams. And offensive rebounds, we led the league. And then we averaged second chance points. We were second in the league with that. So I feel like that is literally the formula of how we can win this series.
Do you know who was first in the league in second chance points? If not, it's cool. I'm
I don't.
surprised. I actually thought they were first in second chance points. Damn.
Yeah, I
But
checked it
yeah,
out today, and I was
yeah,
like, any other team that's not Houston Rockets, I don't care. So just
I don't
like,
blame
I'll
you.
take second.
My guy, my kind of guy. So yeah. So offensive rebound again. That lineup with Steven Adams and Shangoon. I could have the number wrong. I looked at it yesterday. I want to say they're getting 65, like 0.5%
Yeah,
of the misses on offense. Like they're getting everything. They're getting 85% of the defensive rebound. So they're cleaning the glass. Second chance points is going to be a huge reason why they win. Anytime
yep,
I watch games on streams with other people, They're like, what is this offense? There's no spacing. I said the offense is literally get the board and get the bucket. Because
It's a
I don't
wall.
know. I don't know what's gonna happen. They have no spacing out there. Like they'll throw out a lineup. Amin, Tari,
Yeah.
Jabari,
Dylan.
Alpi, and
Yeah.
Dylan out there sometimes, and Steven. And it's like, bro, who's shooting this lineup outside of Jabari? And it's like, bro, it doesn't matter. Like they'll shoot, and then Steve-O will be right there for the board. You
It's
know, he
like
broke the
90s
record.
basketball over again.
90s basketball. Yeah, Steve-O broke the record this year for the best offensive rebounding percentage in NBA history. So he's getting
That's
everything. So yeah.
that's wild. What would you say who needs to step up the most in this series?
Jalen Green.
Good. I'm
Jalen
glad you
Green.
said that.
He's averaging like 13 points against them this year.
Yep.
And I was very happy to see him grow in that last game against Golden State. Had a really good fourth quarter. Finished the night with 21 points. It was looking frustrated, looking scared
Yeah. Then he
before
went on
that
like a
fourth
10-0
quarter.
run or something, right?
He started hooping, hit a few step back threes, got to the cup. He's the biggest factor in this series. I
Agree.
mean, if he can get off on any March Jalen run or the January run he had this year, the Rockets, they'll be unstoppable in the playoffs. They need that version of Jalen Green. They can win when he doesn't pop off, but when he's playing like that, the Rockets are just, I mean, they're already a top four team in the league as is, but man, if he's clicking, I don't know who can beat the Rockets.
I forgot what the stat was. I remember seeing something when Jalen averages over a certain amount of points. Just the record they have is just
They were
very positive.
when he scored 30 points this year, they were damn near undefeated. There was one game they lost, and it may have been Denver. He had a last second dunk. The game was over. He had a last second dunk, got 30 points. If we take away that game, they were undefeated in games. Jalen scored 30. So it
Yeah.
should be around 13 and 1 on the year. So yeah, if
I,
he's getting off, they're winning the game.
I'm excited for him. It's awesome to see this group we've grown with, and they're in this position now. And I really feel like this is Jalen's time to show, like, Houston, this is for y'all.
Yeah, no. So Jalen again, I need him to show up. He can't be hiding in the corner and let people, let Fred dominate the ball, which is cool. I know Fred gets the ball to Shangoon, but there's times where he can go get the rock, be assertive, and get to the cup. Don't settle for the step back or the fadeaway middies. Get to the cup. You're an athletic guard. No one can stop you getting to the cup, going to the
Agree.
contact. I know he doesn't get a lot of calls, but if he's going into contact, they'll come eventually.
Yeah.
Oh shit, maybe they won't against Golden State.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say.
hate to do this, but I mean the NBA has LeBron and Steph right there waiting for them in the second round.
Yeah.
So I mean, you have to think, okay, the NBA said, yeah, we want to see Bron and Steph one more time. So I said this, and I'm a little off topic here, but if the Rockets want to win this series, they're gonna have to really win this series because again, NBA they want Bron and Curry. So yeah, Jalen's gonna
I
have to
agree.
step up. And then last thing I'll say with Shangoon, I said he was a big key because Draymond, and he's a great defender. Yes, I don't think he's a deep boy. He's a great defender. When he goes against Shangoon strays away, and he's not going into Dre's body. When you see Shangoon dominating, what's he doing? He's lowering that shoulder. He's getting to the cup. He's cramping.
Exactly.
He's putting up that post hook. When he plays Dre, he's not backing him down. He's kind of going for the post fade. That's not his game. He can hit him, but it's not his bread and butter. And he's passing out too
Agree.
much. He's got to go at Dre. Don't be scared. Put that shoulder down and put
that
him over
last
the
game
rim.
should have motivated him for sure too.
100%. And I trusted my guy Shangoon. Had my boy on the pod once. That's my guy. So I just need him just playing aggressive. And I like the energy he brought in that last game. I like the energy the whole team brought in that last game in Golden State. And that's the reason why I went from on my podcast to saying I don't think beat Golden State based off experience to they're going to shock these people. I think they can really win this series.
Man, I'm just excited, man. Like, just postseason Rockets basketball is back.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I had for you with the playoff situation.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just wanted to go to know you more about what you do for the Rockets fan community because, I mean, you're a big name in this community. Just kind of how it started and, I mean, what's just kept you rolling.
This is how it started, man. I was in college and I had a Twitter account, but it was a personal. And I'm watching James Harden getting grilled by people. So me and my roommate, he was from Houston too. I said, bro, let's make a burner account so we could talk about James and defend him. So I made a burner. It was like that Houston sports fan. And then it messed around and got like 2,000, like 2.5K followers. I was like, okay, this kind of got a little motion to it. So then I kind of wanted to start writing articles. I don't do sports for a living. I have a different career path. But I was like, man, I want to kind of get into writing. So I got in with Apollo Media. I started writing for them. I had like an article or two. And then I was like, I don't want to do a burner. Let me just, put my face on it. And so I put my face on it around 2021. It was the year they drafted Jalen Green and Shangoon that year. I put my face on my
Great
profile.
timing.
Great timing. So if you're in a rebuild and you have all these fans this enthusiastic about the team, I knew, hey, when this team is good, this has a chance to really, pop off. And I felt like I was bringing a unique angle, trying to give you guys really good stats, being
Definitely
personable with
stat
the
man, the
community.
stat man for sure.
Thank you, thank you. I try to be a numbers guy. So I love doing the spaces with the community, especially when everyone could just come on there and rant about how bad the team was. It was hilarious. I got to know a bunch of people in the community. I love that.
I still think of
Um,
that space episode when we beat the Warriors.
yeah, yeah.
That was one of the funniest things I ever heard. I was
Oh yeah,
listening
yeah,
to that
yeah.
on the ride back home, and I was just like, man, this is real passion. This really brought joy to people.
Yeah, yeah. My shout out to my man DJ. He always has some funny
Yeah,
rants. He
yeah,
had a good one. He had a good one. But yeah, just like growing with the community, and then from there, it just again, it just really popped off. So I'm grateful. That's always been my passion, sports. So it's cool to see the traction that it's gotten. But yeah, I've just loved all the people I've met. I'm always down to come on any podcast, any show, talk to anybody. I'm not that kind of person. I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna talk to you. So when you hit me, I'm like, yeah, come on, let's go. Like I don't.
yeah. No, I was super excited.
Yeah, I got you. So yeah, that's how it pretty much got started though, and it's just been trying to work on different platforms now. But yeah,
That's what's up. And then I do want to say I have like just three more questions for you.
go
That's
ahead.
all. What's a core Rocket memory for you?
Core rocket memory for
Like
me,
from you were a youngin or just recently? Just
I'll give you two. My first Rockets memory was '05. That's when I first started watching hoops. I was like 8. And my pops wouldn't let me watch the series. They was playing the Mavs in the first round, and I'm like sneakily watching the game. And I had to go to sleep. I'm like, Dad, did we win Game 7? He was like, Nah. So I was sick. I was crying
wow.
all day. And after that, I was a diehard fan. Like I'm reading the newspaper and all this shit, like every single day. So that's a core memory. That's what got me into it. Outside of that, I would say my favorite memory is Game 5. The Rockets go up 3-2 on the unbeatable team. You're going to say Warriors. I'm like, yeah. I've been talking all this noise the whole year. What's up? I'm talking my noise to
Exactly. Yeah.
everybody. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk about what happened after that, but that's my
Yeah.
that's my favorite memory.
I do want to say I always give James Harden his flowers because
Yeah.
that is my guy. That is the only man to take this Warriors team to 7.
Yep.
Like that just speaks volumes right there. So
Yeah. People don't want to give him credit, but it's
yeah, hate
it'll
to
never
see it.
happen.
But who is your all time favorite Rocket, or even who's your all time favorite and your current, if that
All
helps?
time favorite, I have to go with James just because he's the best player I've seen in person live. It would be Akeem if I was a little bit older, but I mean James, like again, like the dude was ridiculous, dropping 36 a night, 34 a night, 30 a night. Like seeing that every single game was ridiculous to me. Teams knowing like, hey, we're gonna triple team this guy, and he's still going out there dropping 36. And, like I'd never seen anything like it, and watching it every game and seeing the way other people talked about him, like in a negative way, it just shocked me, and it made me become more of a fan of his. So he's
Yeah,
definitely my all-time favorite Rocket. I hate the way he left. I understood it. They weren't going to win. I'm happy he blew it up. It's the reason why we're good right now.
yeah,
So
and
shout out
Daryl
to him.
Morey.
Yeah, yeah, and Daryl Moore. So shout out to James for asking out. But he's my all-time favorite Rocket right now. I was gonna say Alpeasy, my boy Shangoon. He is. I'll say 1A is Shangoon and Amin. Those two right there are my favorite Rockets for sure. But I'll give Shangoon the nod because again, I got him on my show. One of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he
So
seems like a good guy.
he's a great guy. He just learned English. Yeah, he's funny. He knows what he's talking about. So
Man, I hope they're teaching them the right stuff. I remember
they're
I
not. They're
played
not.
I played college basketball back up in Kansas,
Uh-huh.
in my youthful days, and we always had like guys from Brazil and stuff, and
Yeah.
them guys were not teaching them the right words, but that's just
I mean, you saw it. You saw it when Shangoon got interviewed. I forgot what game it was. I think it was against OKC. He was talking to Vanessa. He's like, yeah, Amenzi, he's the deep boy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, like who taught you that, bro? Or you know what I'm saying?
oh
So yeah,
man.
I know they teaching them anything.
Last thing I got for you. I've been seeing it a lot, man. I've seen KD in a Rockets uniform. So
Yeah.
how would you feel about that?
How do you feel about it? Let me get your thoughts first.
Honestly, I don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy of what we have. Don't get me wrong. I think it'd bring a lot of knowledge, a lot of. I mean, it's Kevin Durant,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a special player like that, and I don't know. I just have a feeling like, I mean, just how successful we've been with these drafts, especially owning the Suns pick right now. Who knows? We get another gym, and we keep building from that, and you know, kind of just grow from there.
Yeah, so I do know for sure, or And again, it's all package dependent. The Rockets are in the driver's seat. There's no need to make a move that will cost them their future.
Yeah,
And the only reason I would ever advocate for a trade like this is if you're not throwing away your future. You can't do that. You've built this young team. We talked about the youngest team in the playoffs potentially. And I'm not going to trade for a 37-year-old just to trade away two, three key
exactly.
guys.
Yeah,
It makes no sense. And the Rockets know that. And they're not going to trade away two, three key guys if they go for a guy like KD. They're going to, I mean, look, again, I don't know if you heard what Brian Windhorst said, but he was like, yeah, look, the fans aren't going to understand this, but Phoenix's cap situation is so bad that they really need other teams to help them just to get off of KD. They do not have the
yeah,
leverage in this situation.
they're gonna
People
be
like
desperate.
people are like, oh, you're trading KD? Oh yeah, that's gonna cost like Jalen, a
Yeah,
million, da da da. No, 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 not even close. It's gonna be like one young core guy that is not as prominent in the lineup. Probably one of Fred or Dylan. That'll hurt. I'm not gonna say who, but yeah. And then it would be a pick. That would be the ideal scenario for Kevin
which
Durant.
would basically be their pick probably back, right?
Yeah, probably one of their picks back, and that's about it. And you got some salary filler like a Jeff Green or like a Jock Landale. That's just 8 million or 9.6 million that they make. Just throwing out names. Not saying those are the guys, but that would be the ideal package. And in my eyes, again, that's not breaking up the core. You have your key guys still. You bring in that experience. I'll only do it if this team doesn't look like they have a half court guy they can go to. Like it's okay, damn, they low key need an extra guy. They can just get them a bucket. And I
Yeah,
personally do like the spacing he brings for a team that finished bottom five in the league in shooting efficiency. Just
I
having
think.
that
Yeah,
presence, and again, he's not a selfish guy. Phoenix fans, I keyed in on a bunch of Phoenix fans. They were pissed at him for not being as selfish as he was. He's an unselfish, just hella efficient guy. You
yeah,
can just throw him out there and he'll get a bucket whenever. But shit, I'm telling you, that helps Jalen spacing wise, who tries to get to the cup and can't. It's gonna help Shangoon, who can't get doubled as much.
yeah,
Amin gonna be getting downhill. You got him right there. I just think he helps everyone. And again, the age is not ideal. I understand.
yeah.
You don't
I
want
think
to.
that's my only big red flag.
Yeah, and I look at it as you look at Boston's team, right? They had their core of why am I blinking? Tatum and Brown. They had their core. They swung for a guy like Kyrie. Boom, it didn't work. It's cool. You know why? Because they kept the core guys. Keep the core guys.
Yep.
You can make some swings. If it doesn't work, it's cool because I kept my core guys and I still have draft capital to make up for it. But even then, KD, if you bring him in, it's going to give them that experience. So even when he's gone, you still got the same people, the same core. They're going to be way better and they're going to be ready to keep going too. And you can use that salary to get another guy or, pay these guys a contract they deserve. Shit, by the time KD gone, I'm gonna be a top 10 player. So they're gonna be good.
Yeah.
But bringing in a guy like that again, it doesn't deteriorate the young core. I think the shooting is really important, and he helps everybody. Most importantly, Ime Udoka wants him. So that's the only reason I would advocate it. But I definitely understand fans' logic. Like, hey, I don't want to trade for this old guy, and I'm giving up all these people. Doesn't make any sense. I get that for sure. But
Yeah, but those same fans need to be patient with how young these guys are too.
yes,
Some of the
yes,
some of them can't even drink. Like
yeah,
that's the crazy thing.
yeah,
Isn't Cam Whitmore only 20?
yeah. He turns 21 in July, July 8th.
It's insane. I hope we don't lose him. I understand he's a hot. He'll probably be in those talks, but I love Cam Whitmore. Love
Yeah,
Reed Shepard. Still
yeah.
sold on the Reed Shepard stock.
Yes.
So
Do not sell Reed Shepard stock. Don't be one of those people who's like, this rookie, he's third overall pick, averaging 4 points.
yeah,
Don't do
because I
that. Don't
mean
do that.
JJ Redick said it right there when on that post game interview when he was like, if these guys were on any other team, they'd be getting burned. But I mean, like y'all said in y'all's episode, they're in that position to where they're on a solid team, 1 through 8, that they don't. I mean, they're not going to get burned like that, and it sucks. But I mean, it's also a flex for us at the same time.
Yeah, anyone who's watching Reed Shepard, I know he's not going to get burned like that again in the playoffs. But if you watch him, go back and watch. Teams are airtight on him for a reason. That kid can
Yep.
shoot. Don't look at their percentages. He can shoot, and there's a reason teams are guarding him like he's the best shooter alive. Like he
Yeah.
does not have any space to come off of screens or do anything because he's respected as a shooter, and we've seen him get off and what it looks like when he does get off.
Yep.
So you have to
Even
be
IQ
patient.
wise, IQ, he's poised. Like
Yeah,
he looks like he's been there.
yeah, he just needs that NBA experience. He's gotta get a little more NBA weight on him. He can look like a baby on
Yeah.
times at defense, but hey, Fred is the same way, and he's a solid NBA point guard. So I have a lot of faith in Reed. High IQ, the passing ability, the shooting, going to open up a ton for this Rockets team. And again, I'd make a move personally to open up some space for him. But yeah, I'm not going to say who.
Well, good man. Well, I mean, that about wraps it up. Again, I appreciate your time. You helping your guy out because I mean,
I got you.
this was awesome. This was one of them ones for sure.
I got you.
I will be posting Brad's social medias, all that where you guys can find him. Again, this man, the man with the plan, the stats, anything Rockets, this is your guy. So keep doing your thing. I love it. I mean, I'm gonna still follow your journey. It's been awesome.
I appreciate you. And best of luck to your podcast. If you ever need a guest, just let me know. I got you, man. I'm good for a few appearances.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you guys again. Thank you for joining the H Town Pulse. We are out.